We have some breaking news on xAI. David Faber joins us on the phone with that story. Hi, David.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, some new reporting involving xAI, the latest fundraise to take place, of course, in what is an ever-growing industry. We can report that xAI is raising $10 billion from a number of investors that I'm told may include the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, although I have not gotten comment from them. And that $10 billion raised will bring the post-money valuation for xAI to $200 billion. To put it in perspective, it wasn't long ago that it was raising money at about $50 billion. It did raise equity and debt most recently, only a few weeks ago, in part from SpaceX, a number of other investors. And then, as I said, also part of that $10 billion was in debt as well. And that raise was sort of in the mid-150s. So the valuations continue to rise, despite certainly what is an incredibly competitive arena, as you guys well know, with the likes of OpenAI's ChatGPT, Gemini from Alphabet, not to mention, of course, Anthropic and Meta and so many others. Elon Musk trying to keep pace, building that giant supercluster to go with the one he already has in Memphis, Tennessee, for which he told me back in May when we last spoke, he would be buying 1 million GPUs. So no doubt the money is needed, both to hire talent and to continue to fill those data centers up with GPUs as well.
David, it's amazing. It's just staggering to think about the valuation of these things. JP Morgan was just out with an initiation report on Anthropic, valuing it at more than $180 billion. So certainly in this range of rarefied air for valuations. What was xAI's last valuation round? I'm just curious as to how much it's gone up since.
Yeah, you know, Melissa, there's been so many different things. And again, the debt/equity most recently, I think it was in the mid-150s. I think that's sort of 150 billion or so is sort of where I think a lot of people assume the last valuation was. And I can go back to them raising, I think it was last November, I reported they were raising 6 billion, which at the time, by the way, seemed like an enormous amount at something like maybe it was 50 billion. I don't have all my notes in front of me, but it does give you a sense, of course, as to just how quickly these valuations have risen. You mentioned Anthropic, a similar trajectory there as well. Despite what, of course, we all know is no profitability from any of these, given the voracious appetite they have for capital, none more so than the leader, of course, OpenAI's ChatGPT. OpenAI valued at some $500 billion in the midst of a significant restructuring of its capital that includes Microsoft, and that is raising money at a level the likes of which we've never seen, and frankly has to continue, as Sam Altman has made clear, to continue to fund their endless needs for compute.
Yeah, I mean, OpenAI, current usage of ChatGPT is far in excess of xAI's Grok. So who knows if you get parallel increases in implied valuation there. David, I guess it also tells us something about perhaps why the Tesla board felt as if, look, we have to essentially throw out a new longer-term incentive package, try to keep Musk's focus to a fair degree on Tesla when all this value is accruing outside of the public company.
Yeah, and of course it is interesting to note that the last raise, of course, did include another Musk company, SpaceX, putting some money in. It's always been a question as to whether Tesla perhaps would even participate in a fundraise for xAI. I'm not aware that that is anywhere part of this, as you say. But, you know, New York Times story today, Mike, I'm sure that both of you have read, talks about how much time, in fact, Musk has been spending at xAI as they change personnel and as they continue to try to build that latest cluster, of course, in Memphis.